Imagine walking into a room and suddenly Alexa whispers,
"A shadow just moved behind you. Look behind."
So let me show you how you can turn your smart home into a haunted house with Alexa, a presence sensor that we built a few months ago for just $5 and a little bit of home assistant magic. So let's put that human presence sensor and smart home to some fun use. One request, please hit that like button if you love smart home automation and learning about smart home devices. So now let's get spooky. So to create this haunted effect, we need a motion or a presence sensor, as I mentioned. You can use any motion sensor, but a presence sensor just works really well. Then you need an Alexa enabled device such as the Echo Dot. I have a few installed in my house. You can also use Google Home if you have that. Then you also need smart Wi-Fi lights or lights connected to DIY or aftermarket smart switches, basically those smart switches. Then you need Home Assistant to bring it all together. So you need to integrate everything in Home Assistant, and that's quite easy to do. Now, if you are new to Home Assistant and want to learn how, follow the links in the description. We also created a video on how to build a human presence sensor or movement sensor using LD2410 or LD2420 sensor and a ESP32 board. Yes, just 2 components and you can have a presence sensor that can detect human movement and human presence. So you have to set that up, and next we have to set up our smart light and switches. So I'll give you an overview of all the lights that I have. I have 4 ceiling lights which I have connected to my 4-channel DIY smart switches running on Taskmoda firmware that can be controlled using Alexa as well, and also my mobile app, and it integrates really well with Home Assistant. There's a full video on that. The link is in the description. If you want to build that, you can go ahead and do that. Then I have 5 other aftermarket lights. So one is installed in this lamp and the other 4 are plugged into my ceiling fan. All these lights can be controlled using Smart Life app or Tuya integration in Home Assistant. So it's very easy to configure. Now it's not necessary that you buy Tuya devices or Tuya lights. You can also buy smart lights from Tapo or TP-Link, Philips Wiz or any other manufacturer which is available on Home Assistant. I mean, there's an integration for that. And once you add that to Home Assistant using respective integrations, you should be able to control all these lights from Home Assistant dashboard just like that. Similarly, you have to set up and add Alexa Media Player in Home Assistant. For detailed instructions on how to do it, follow the link given in the description. There's a really good guide about it and it's very easy to do. First, we need to make sure that we have connected the presence sensor or the motion sensor to Home Assistant, and then note down the entity ID because we will use this in our automation. This can be viewed in Settings, Devices and Services, ESP Home. Similarly, you can copy the entity IDs of smart lights and the switches that are connected to the lights that you want to use for this fun automation. Now the main thing is creating an automation of all these things. So I will provide this automation script to you all, and all you have to do is go to Settings, Automations and click Add New Automation. And then click on these 3 dots, then choose Edit in YAML, then just paste this YAML code. Now you have to make a few changes in this YAML code, which includes changing the entity ID of your motion sensor or the presence sensor at the top, which is a trigger, followed by the entity IDs of all the lights and switches that are connected to your lights. And then you also have to update the Alexa entity ID. Once you do that, you can then customize the messages that you want to play or Alexa to whisper or like sound loudly. That can be done, and this entire script can be edited. You can play around with it, make some changes. You can add more messages to make it more scary or increase the randomness, or you can also change the color of lights also. Now you can also edit the sound or the sound effects. These can be found on Alexa skills. I'll leave that link in the description so you can visit those, find your perfect sounds and then copy those and then paste those right here. It's that easy. Now you can also change intensity, like how Alexa speak, like it whispers and then randomly start sounding louder or sound like a distorted voice. These all tags can be used. and you can change those as per your choice. Now we will save this automation after changing and updating everything. So now it's time to check this automation. So as I enter the room, the presence sensor detects the motion, the human presence, and it triggers the automation. So let's see that in action.
A shadow just moved behind you. Look behind. Oh my God. Run now.
Wow, that was freaky. Imagine this happening when someone walks in at night. Instant horror movie vibes, right? Now, as I said, you can do a lot more, and here's what you can do more. You can further randomize the Alexa scary messages. So you can, currently she whispers and then creates a loud sound. You can also add some delays, make or edit more scary messages, maybe something that you know about the person. And if you are using the smart RGB bulbs or lights, you can also change the light colors during the automation. For example, you can change the lights to deep red for that true demonic effect. And since this presence sensor can accurately measure the distance or moving human beings, you can take this automation to another level to trigger smart devices you installed based on their movements, like how close or far away from the sensor they are. And you can trigger different lights around them to make it even more scary. And that's how, my friends, you can turn your smart home into a haunted house, for fun of course. And this is one of the most fun and scary uses of a presence sensor or a motion sensor that I found. But let me know your thoughts about it. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video, and if you want more such fun projects related to smart home, then make sure to subscribe now and stay updated whenever we upload a new one. Also, let me know in the comments what's the scariest Alexa or smart home prank you can think of. Maybe something we can use on Halloween or any party as I mentioned. But for now, just go and try it out. Until next time, stay spooky.